Now, introducing the man of the hour, Mr. True Blues. Yes, 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 thank you, imaginary crowd. All right, you can cut the track off. Copyright. All right, time to get to business. First of all, I would like to thank you all who watch my videos for joining me on my journey, not only as a YouTuber, but as an animator also. You know, when I first started this YouTube channel, I wasn't really very serious about it. I just posted videos of me just screwing around and stuff. Heck, you could go back to my first video 6 years ago. My first video on this channel is me making a cringy wannabe creepypasta Sonic.exe bullcrap, okay? Like I must have thought I was so edgy. Oh, it's just so cringe looking back at it and so embarrassing really to think about it. But you know, as time went on, I gravitated more towards animation. I really got an inspiration of just the whole process of animating. And up until recently, I've not really been that good, to be honest with you. Like, I don't even think I was that good. But I'm starting to see, and I'm starting to like actually work hard at it, you know. And I greatly appreciate that my hard work is actually paying off. Like, look at my intro to the Yokai Watch. Like, it has 1K views, and that's insane, you know. I mean, it's not the first video to get like over 1K views and everything, but it's the one that's gotten it the fastest. And, you know, I appreciate you guys for sticking through all this trials and stuff. I'm saying trials like I've been struggling and stuff. No, I just been screwing around. Even now, like, I do this just because I want to, you know, and I'm still learning how to animate. Like, I'm not in a professional school. I'm just learning myself. I'm using Flip-a-Clip, and it's like I'm just doing what I find works, and if it doesn't work, I just try again. And speaking of, really, one of the reasons I'm making this video right now is to fix some of my world building with my Yokai Watch series that I'm making, all right? Like, you see, when I first made the Yokai Watch series, it was just like kind of like a testing thing I wanted to do because I really like Yokai Watch, like the games, and I wanted to like make a parody animation about it. So I posted the first episode, not really knowing what I wanted to do with the series. In fact, with you, I didn't even like have a whole thoughts of like a storyline until about episode 7. Episode 7 is like around the time that I actually started caring about the story aspect. Because up until then, I was just doing the episodes as they go. Like, I was just started off with a general idea and then just building off of like the last frame that I did. Like, the stories was kind of randomly thought up at like in the end, in grand scheme of things. And with that said, I'm basically making this video as like a way to like abridge the story that I have so far. Now, I'm still gonna remaster the old episodes to fit into this abridged version, but right now I'm just going to like basically summarize what I want to happen so far story-wise. All right, first of all, human characters. Now, when it comes to human characters, I wasn't really planning on having that many. Well, you know, besides like Mike, obviously, his dad, and Mina at first. But then I really wanted to add a little bit more human characters like Mina's dad, her older sister, who I'll eventually draw at some point, and the classmates and stuff. So I really just wanted to add that as like another like, as like for world building purposes, you know? Now, they still won't really be like a main plot point or whatever. Like, most of them are going to be background characters. But I still want to show off more than just like Mike and his yokai adventures. You get it? Now, with Mike, So, as you could probably tell in his design, I pretty much made him Asian or Japanese. I don't know. I'm pretty sure in Yokai Watch 3, it's implied that Springdale takes place somewhere in Japan. So I kind of based Mike around that, you know. Now, as for the reason his name is Mike, to be honest with you, it's just a random name that I came up because, like I said, when I first started the series is meant to be a parody also. But so I parodied off of Nate because like the English name in the anime, his name is Nate. So I was like, oh, what's another like basic American name that you can just add on? So I just chose Mike because that was like one of the first few that came into my head. Now with Mike as a character, I don't really have any ideas for like a character arc specifically for him, you know, like his main role is just to be like kind of, well, the pro tag, obviously, you know. Now on to really the next main-ish character, Eusapion. Now with Eusapion, I don't really have a story arc planned for him now, but his story arc will be more so in whenever I adapt Yokai Watch Blasters. So as it is right now, Eusapion's only role is getting Mike the Yokai Watch and revealing Yokai to Mike. And now on to Jibanyan. Now with the next arc that I'm working on, the Flesh and Bones arc, which is based off of Yokai Watch 2, Jibanyan is going to be one of the main like plot points to it, being as Rubius J, or as I wrote him to be Demon Lord Rubius, is going to be one of the main villains of this arc. Now, the reason I made Rubius J and Jibanyan to like be kind of somewhat connected is because in the Yokai Watch Blasters game, they have the bosses that are basically boss versions of the normal yokai that you can get yourself. Like there's Tattletale, and then there's Captain Thunder, Eusapion. But I always thought it was kind of weird how it was just never explained why those bosses and those yokai are like the same. So I kind of took my own like ideas. I was like, what can I do to like kind of connect the two characters that are obviously similar, obviously based off of each other to be. So then I had the idea to be, oh, Rubius J is just Jibanyan that got possessed by this demon called Rubius. So Rubius J, as in J being the Jibanyan incarnation of Rubius. That's the same idea I had for Whisper and Whisk Cream. You know, one of my really main thought points behind Whisper and Whisk Cream was kind of Majin Buu and Kid Buu, you know, like how there's like the original being and then there's a nice version and then the evil version. But together, like when Fat Buu fought with Evil Buu, and then when they mixed together, they became Super Buu, you know? Now, with the whole case of Whisper, that's not going to be a thing until the next arc, the next arc. So the arc that I'm going to do based off of Yokai Watch Blasters, because Whisk Cream is the main villain of Yokai Watch Blasters. Now, as to why Rubius J is in the arc based around Yokai Watch 2. Now, the reason for that is actually pretty simple. Now, the original story of Yokai Watch 2 pretty much revolves around Dame Deadtime wanting to spread misery and chaos on the world because she was wronged in her past. Now, originally in the Yokai Watch 2 game, she was the boss of all the elite wicked yokai, like Unkind, Unkeen, and all of them, you know. And what I wanted to do is, I actually liked them more as their own separate group rather than being ruled by her. So what I decided to do was kind of make them kind of like a cult. But then I was thinking, oh, but what demon or whatever would a cult like them want to worship? And then I got the idea to make Rubius J be a demon. So then I was thinking, what if Rubius J is like a demon lord that's just bent off of pure chaos and agony? And with the elite wicked yokai, with them is they want to revive him and plunge the world into chaos as they are his loyal followers. And with Dame Deadtime doing her thing, that kind of awakens them to work with her so that they can fulfill their goals, you know? So, like in my series, they're kind of working with her, but they're kind of doing their own thing and just helping her out. And of course, that includes instigating like wars and conflicts between yokai or like with humans and stuff. So they work with her to basically just instigate the yokai war that happens in Yokai Watch 2, which is the first like main plot of the games. And with the yokai war between the fleshy souls and the bony spirits is going on, that's going to prompt Hoverinyan to try to intervene and like calm them down, but he can't do it alone. So then he goes to gather the help of Nathaniel. But at this point, Nathaniel, I'm pretty sure it was in the movies where he didn't really like yokai. He just kind of was just obsessed with being Maximus Mask or whatever. So Hoverinyan basically goes to the future and then recruits Mike and them to help him because Mike is more friendly with yokai and he's more willing to help out. Now, with Whisk Cream, he's going to be like a background villain that's kind of like manipulating the things behind the scenes, because the way that this arc is going to start is he frees Dame Deadtime from jail and to give her a second chance to go back and take revenge on the world once again. So then she uses her time travel powers to go back to the past and basically restart her whole plan and releasing the wicked yokai, which in turn release the elite wicked yokai. And with the elite wicked yokai being a cult formed around Demon Lord Rubius, they have a supernatural ability to speak with Rubius, and he's basically commanding them to find him a vessel that's strong enough to contain all his evil power. Because with Rubius, he gains more power the more misery and dismay and chaos that is in the world. He gains power from that. And the thing with that is, when Mike, Jibanyan, and Whisper go into the past, the Elite Wicked Yokai are going to see how abnormal Jibanyan's fur color is, seeing as it's kind of red, and that's not really a normal cat's fur color. So they're going to see that as a sign of, oh, this is the vessel of Demon Lord Rubius because his fur is destined to be crimson with blood. So they attempt to kidnap Jibanyan. So now, alongside with Hoverinyan, Nathaniel, and Mike and them having to stop the war that's been going on between the fleshy souls and the bony spirits, now they also have to try and keep an eye on Jibanyan so that he doesn't bring back Demon Lord Rubius. And now with the whole ordeal with Demon Lord Rubius being revived was not originally in Wisp Cream's plan, he does see it as a good distraction because, like I said with Majin Buu and stuff, Wisp Cream's main goal is to get Whisper. So he sees that as a good distraction for Mike and them so that he can isolate them from Whisper and then steal Whisper away from them. So now eventually Jibanyan is going to be kidnapped by the Elite Wicked Yokai and he's going to be turned into Demon Lord Rubius. Now, initially, the gang, Mike, Hoverinyan, Arachnus, Total Dude, Nathaniel, all of them are going to go and try and defeat Demon Lord Rubius. But since there's still so much chaos and disarray going on, Demon Lord Rubius is just way too powered up by it to where they can't even lay a finger on him. So what they do is they go to confront the person who's basically controlling all the chaos and stuff, which is Dame Deadtime, who eventually becomes Dame Demona. And then it's revealed on why she wants to take revenge on the world because she was falsely imprisoned. And once they defeat her, all the wicked yokai, all the mindless ones that she was controlling, basically get sealed back away into the Infinite Inferno, which is going to be another plot point at some point in the future. And now with Dame Demona out the way, there's still Demon Lord Rubius left, who is still, even though he's significantly weaker, he's still too strong for them to handle. So they need to find a way to separate Jibanyan from Demon Lord Rubius. And this is where one of the mechanics from the game is going to play a part, sorcery. So in the games with sorcery, it's basically you get a yokai, and then you basically, in lore, you kind of like separate their physical form into a little spiritual orb. And then that's basically how you can use one yokai's ability on another yokai in the games. So the way I'm thinking is having them find out how to learn how to do sorcery, using that on Demon Lord Rubius to get Jibanyan's soul from the body, and then reversing it in effect to where to get Jibanyan back to his physical form. So Demon Lord Rubius is once again significantly more weaker. So then basically the rest of the story kind of plays out. You know, they defeat Demon Lord Rubius. Wisp Cream takes Whisper to set up for the next arc. And then for now, they have their little happy ending.